Hello, guys. Welcome once again to another life-changing live stream. Um, if you are joining this live stream for the first time, do yourself a favor by liking the video, subscribing to the YouTube channel, follow me on Telegram. All descriptions on my channels will be placed on the description section of this video. I know today is 24th December 2024. Happy Christmas to you guys for those who are celebrating Christmas Eve today. So I'm bringing this video to you guys. So my topic today will be basically for youth and young guys who are aiming to become somebody in the future. You all understand that masculinity has been in a serious challenge over the years, and the media, the government, individuals, certain group of people, the women, they are all focused on ensuring that masculinity does not exist. So what we are praising now and what most people are supporting now is feminism, and we all know that feminism is the root cause of all problems we are having in relationship. Women being depressed, moreover, more than in the 80s, and the division between men and women in traditional families. The reason why the birth rate is going down so drastically, the reason why women are into promiscuous activities like OnlyFans and other um, social media platforms. So my topic is going to be basically helping young men to be the best version of themselves. What do I mean by that? I mean by telling you and giving you the true informations that maybe you didn't get from your parents, you didn't get from a school system as usual. They don't tell us anything in schools. We finish and you go into the real world and then find out how hard and difficult life is. So most of you would have ended, or you're planning to end the year now in 2024, and we are stepping into a new year, 2025. What is your next move? So this today's topic, I'm going to be talking about two topics. The first topic is your next move. So your next move for the 2025 should be very critical. You should understand where you're coming from, things you didn't do right in the last, in this year and last year behind you, and what you're supposed to change, because change is the only constant thing. Change is always very constant and is very essential in every human life, male or female, it doesn't matter. So you should look at the situation. What have you done wrong in the last years? What things didn't work out for you in the last years? And what are you ready to change in order to achieve a purposeful goal? Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I am keen in having a traditional marriage lifestyle. I like when we are able to have men and women together, building the family union they always have, they used to have before, and ensuring that the birth rate is increased like we used to have before. And understanding both roles. Men understand their role, women understand their role. Men are providers, protectors, and leaders. Women are caretakers. Women give birth to children and take care of the home, cook the food, clean the home, and make the house like a home. So, if we understand the very little basics, then the next thing we are supposed to look at now is what we call, how can you get there? How are you able to get there? How are you able to become the man that every woman wants? How are you able to improve your health, your finances, your investments, your plans for the next year? So as a man, if you don't watch my past videos, you can go in and check my channel. There are a lot of videos that I place on basically for passport bros, those who are traveling out of the country. If you are in a country where you feel it is not good for you, it's not comfortable for you, you can make the advantage of changing the location. Okay, I know 2024 has been a wrong and a very tough time for everyone in every country, due to the war all around us and due to the continuous provocations from the United States and other countries pushing and continuously into war. So, for those who are willing to travel, now I will always say again, if you want to travel, you should ensure that you make a proper research. Do your proper research on the countries you are going. Traveling is part of education. It's very essential that every individual travel. It is very good you travel so you learn different lifestyles, you learn culture, you learn languages. You can also at that point improve your portfolio. You can learn how to invest and you can make more money. So that being said, that being said, okay guys, that being said, we should understand that when you are traveling, you have to understand where you are going and why you are traveling. Do not travel because of the fact that your friend, relatives, or somebody traveled, that is why you want to travel. You should have a precise goal of the reason why you're traveling. Because most people travel after going through the stress of getting the documents, getting the papers, doing all these invitation and stress, and they travel to the country they want to go. Getting there, they find out that, oh my God, this is a wrong decision. I can't stay here. I'm not free. I can't do what I want. I can get a good job. I can learn the language. I can speak the language. I can make friends. I can communicate. I can achieve my purpose. I'm doing better off in my home than when I travel. So that is a problem. That is a problem. I'm all in for those traveling. But if you're traveling and you don't have a purpose, you don't have a goal, please do not. Okay? Do not. But for those who are traveling, who have a goal in mind, good. Now this is for you. Before you travel, ensure that you make a proper research of the country you are going to. One, you should understand exactly that country, the history, the lifestyle, the informations, regular informations you're supposed to have. Then if the country is not an English-speaking country, for example, France, Italy, Spain, let's take, for example, Spain. If you're traveling to Spain, and we all know that English is not the official language. Spanish language is the official language spoken by the people or the citizens in Spain. So before you even embark on the journey of traveling to France, please learn the language. The language is essential in any country you're traveling to, not only Spain. I'm just making Spain as an example. If you're traveling to Spain or you're traveling to any country that English is not the official language, learn the language, because the language brings you closer to the people. It helps you to get more connections. It gives you confidence to be able to interact with any group of people and to find the group you are attached to, that you understand and that you can fit in. It reduces stress. Speaking the language makes citizens or people from that country believes you are part of them. It opens certain doors that won't open for a foreigner that is coming that has zero idea about the language. So in the next video, I'm going to be telling you guys about my traveling history, how my traveling all started, how I came to Europe, what I did from the very beginning up to now. So I think if you follow the steps that I take, you won't make mistakes. Because most people, before I traveled, I have a plan in mind. I have a vision in mind. I was ready and I was focused on my goal. I knew what I was going for. I knew what I'm going to achieve. I knew what I will do. I will say that I achieved a lot of things that I wouldn't have achieved in my country. But it didn't come on a platter of gold. I have to work out. I have to work my ass off. I have to put in the work. So most of you who think that if you travel to Europe or you travel to travel abroad, everything comes to you easily, you're wrong, because there are still poor people in the country we are coming to. One very important thing I want to say here is that Most of you who are traveling from third world countries, like African countries, or like any other country in Asia that are third world countries, thinking when you travel to a civilized country like Spain, like Germany, like the United States, like Australia, and you think that things are all smooth, I will tell you that you're wrong. You don't understand the system. There are still poor people in those countries, even in the United States, as developed, as educated, as civilized as the United States. There are poor people living in the United States. So you coming from a third world country, you are a foreigner, and you think you can come in and just get everything done so quickly. It is not like that. If you have not traveled before, you think that way. But if you have traveled, you understand that the system is different, because even if you speak English and you are coming to the United States, you have to learn how to speak like an American. That is a hurdle. That is a challenge that most people cannot overcome. So if you are traveling to any country, you have to learn the culture, the tradition, the way of life of the people, the history of the country, and most especially the language. You need to know the language of the people. Then, if you are able to get that language, that will give you confidence and open doors for you for the next stage. Then the next stage will be, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a citizen? Do you want to be a temporary resident? Do you want to be a permanent resident? Do you want to work there? So these questions will be decided by you by the time you are there and you understand the procedures. Even I would advise you, if you're traveling to a foreign country, you have no basic knowledge of the language, the best step you should do is to get a student visa. If you want to travel to Spain or France or any country, I think the best way to do that is going through a student visa. You should get a student visa to that country that you want to go. And with the school helping you to get a visa, an accommodation, and an education, that will give you a base on what to do next, because the school system is going to back you up in all those areas if you pay the fees and you are dedicated to your education. Because you should not forget that your goal is, you are going there to become somebody. You are going there to achieve success. You are going there to achieve better life. So if you want to achieve a better life in such a country and you are going there through education, you should pay attention to what? Studies. It is essential. The reason is because with the studies you are going to make friends, you are going to learn language. You are going to learn the language because in school you don't have that leisure. You only have to learn the language if you want to pass. You only have to learn the language if you want to communicate with other fellow students. And if you want to communicate with your supervisors or any other person in school or in your environment. So the school system will be a base for you to not think about accommodation, to not think about feed, maybe, okay, should not think about accommodation, should not think about how to navigate the system, because with the school system, they give you the visa. You don't have to think about visa. You don't have to think about accommodation. In the school, to communicate with other students, and you learn the language in that process. It's a very essential step. So the school take most of the responsibilities you are going to take if you come in with a tourist visa. Because there are some countries, if you come in with a tourist visa, they don't extend your visa. They don't change your visa. You have to go back and apply again. So that will be a tedious process for you, especially if you're coming from a country where you already used all the money you have in the area. And secondly, I think that will be my third point. The first point is understand the goal. Understand why you want to travel. Traveling, like I said, is part of education. And one, if you accepted the fact that traveling is part of education, you should look at it. Do you really want to travel? If you accepted the fact that you want to travel, good. The third step is, what is your purpose? Why are you traveling? That is the third purpose. That is the third step. Why are you traveling? If you're able to figure out the reason, deep inside of you, the true reason why you want to travel, and you believe in that reason that you're traveling, the first step is you now have to look at the situation of things on the place you are located. Okay? Now you are in the country, you have traveled, you have come in, you have to make the second step. The second step is getting a resident permit. Now, for students, yes, if you have the finances and you can pay for the amount of years you're going to study, maybe 5 years, you can pay that amount of money constantly without any problem, then you can go on with the school system, because some countries, they offer you temporary residence after you finish your education, which will take 5 years. Then if you don't have any carryover, you can now continue. You can apply for a temporary residence, and they can give you a temporary residence. But if you don't have the leisure or the extra money to spend on education or your institution fees, the next route is, while you are studying and you want to stay in that country, while you're studying, you can also look for a way you can apply for a resident permit. Do not rush and start working before getting your resident permit. That is one of the problems most people do here. They come in here with no plans, and they run into certain problems. Problems like not getting their documents properly made, not properly thinking of where to go, coming in here with not the right information, getting into the country with not the proper mentality, and with zero information, no documents. And they are now deported, or maybe they have problems with their documents. They cannot renew their visa. They cannot change their visa, nothing. So that is the reason why you have to follow the due process, so everything will be easier for you. So I'm a firm believer of legal entry, legal immigration. I'm a firm believer of legal immigration, so that you can have the peace of mind to pursue the goals you want to pursue. So when you're able to get the resident permit, and this is a short video, I'm going to try as much as possible to give more detailed information about how to go about it. And for those who have questions based on immigration and what countries in Europe to choose from, you can place in your comments. I'll be gladly and willing to explain to you guys the best countries you can go to now in 2024 and 2025, that you are going to see great benefits, and you are going to improve in that area, because most people think it's the US, Canada, Australia. Not all the time. Those countries have their left their backside. So welcome once again to this episode. I'm have to stop it here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel.